When you're in a relationship, you can do a lot of things to try to please your partner. But oftentimes, we can find that it doesn't work. If this sounds familiar to you, trust me, I've been there. What we can find is that trying to please our partner actually pushes them further and further away. We can spend a lot of time bending over backwards for our partners, only to watch them still lose interest. So in this video, I'm going to break down why they're losing interest the more that you try to please them. And I'm going to talk about the power of standards and the difference that makes to repairing and growing a relationship. So when your partner is losing interest, it's not about doing everything for them. Your partner's waning interest is directly linked to the standards that you've set in the relationship. These standards become the backbone of attraction and respect. And low standards are shockingly common in a lot of relationships. Sometimes they can often masquerade as being easygoing or low maintenance. But approaching the relationship in this way is a massive attraction killer. When you're constantly lowering your standards, you send a clear message to your partner, I don't value myself enough to expect better. And the psychological impact of these low standards is really huge. Every time you don't hold your partner accountable, or you simply accept the relationship as it is and don't try to move it forward, you're chipping away at your own self-worth and also losing your partner's respect at the same time. Your partner picks up on this, and this creates a negative feedback loop where they respect you less, which in turn makes you lower your standards even further. And there's a lot of research that backs this up. Studies show that people who consistently compromise and put aside their own needs in relationships reported lower satisfactions and higher rates of breakups over time. So it's really crucial to know that this erosion of respect and attraction is a slow, insidious process. When you have low standards, you're essentially training your partner to treat you poorly. And you create a pattern where your needs become secondary, and this becomes the new normal. The harsh truth is that low standards in yourself destroy the mystery, the challenge, and the respect that is essential for maintaining a passionate relationship. This is what my members and I call intellectual intimacy. There are three main elements of relationships: emotional safety, intellectual intimacy, and goal synergy. Intellectual intimacy is the space and process to grow both you as individuals as well as the relationship as a whole. And it's crucial to cultivate in order to have a healthy relationship. When you lose intellectual intimacy, your partner stops seeing you as someone to pursue and impress, and instead views you as a sure thing, always available, always accommodating, never challenging, someone who's easily replaceable. And just before I make the next point, if you do want more videos like this on repairing, building, and growing healthy relationships, then feel free to subscribe to my channel for new videos every single week. So let's talk about what high standards really do. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, they don't push people away, they actually pull them in. High standards create a magnetic force in relationships. This draws your partner closer instead of pushing them away. So while some people fear setting this high standard makes them seem demanding, it actually does the opposite. The truth is that high standards boost attraction. When you do have high standards, you create a challenge that people find intrinsically appealing. When you're living to a high standard, when you're pushing to always be better and to grow yourself and to start wanting more from your relationship, it becomes very appealing. Your partner sees you as someone who is worth pursuing, someone who isn't willing to settle. This creates a positive cycle where both partners are continually striving to help each other grow, and this leads to increased respect and ultimately desire. This may sound kind of alien to relationships. A lot of people see this idea of high standards as being this independent person who just won't accept anything from anyone, who's always trying to be this completely untouchable alien person who demands very high standards from anyone and is impossible to please. But this has a place in healthy relationships. High standards manifest in a lot of different ways. This can be pushing for consistent communication. This can be trying to grow mutual respect, or building and sharing goals. This is about introducing systems to help you and your partner grow further as individuals and within the relationship. Or holding your partner accountable in a healthy way when they don't follow through on their commitments, or when they don't treat your time as valuable as their own. Expressing high standards clearly and respectfully creates a framework for mutual growth and respect. This sets the stage for a much deeper connection and understanding. Your standards become a blueprint for how you want to be treated, and when your partner rises to meet them, it reinforces their investment in the relationship. So the way that you communicate your expectations is just as important about the standards themselves. A lot of people think they know how to set standards in the relationship, but they make a massive mistake. The problem is that when people have standards, they don't enforce them in the right ways. So a lot of time, when you have an expectation to, for example, not be called a certain name or not be shouted at within the relationship, oftentimes the way that people enforce standards is by punishment. You shouldn't shout at me, you're a terrible person, all this sort of stuff. you end up punishing your partner for not meeting those standards. The problem is that this starts to destroy what we call emotional safety. Now, I know that a lot of you, if you've been following me for a while, I've spoken about emotional safety a lot, but for those of you who haven't, there's a deeper dive, which I'll link to on the screen and in the description down below. But ultimately, emotional safety is the environment where you feel safe to be able to express your feelings without a negative consequence. If you punish your partner for not meeting those standards within the relationship, this destroys emotional safety. However, instead of punishing, if you reinforce positive behavior, talk about the benefits of holding these standards, then what you're doing is you're holding your partner accountable, but you're actually creating a positive feedback loop where you're rewarding them for good behavior rather than punishing them for bad behavior. So setting standards in a relationship is about clear and respectful communication. The challenge lies in expressing your expectations effectively. A lot of people fall into the trap of being too passive or too aggressive, either hinting at their needs or presenting their standards as non-negotiable rules. Both approaches lead to misunderstandings and building up resentment. This ends up, ironically, in trying to build this intellectual intimacy, you end up destroying it because you've not created a system that is effective for reinforcing, for building standards, for building good, healthy relationship standards. So to communicate standards effectively, you need to strike a balance. You need to be able to clearly state your expectation and explain its importance. So for example, you could say, I'd really appreciate a quick check-in call daily. This actually kind of helps me feel connected and secure within our relationship. But what do you think? This helps you to set an expectation, but doesn't keep it rigid and unchangeable. Once you've discussed this expectation, you need to hear your partner's point of view and perspective on it as well, and come up with a win-win solution that works for you both. Once you've set an expectation that you both agree with, being consistent with it is crucial. Your actions speak louder than words. So for example, if you say punctuality is important, but you consistently show up late, then your standard loses credibility. So raising to your partner about standards helps to maintain respect and attraction within the relationship. When you talk to your partner about certain standards within the relationship, this will build attraction and this intellectual intimacy. So what do you do when you both agreed on a certain standard within the relationship and they haven't been met? What's really crucial to make sure that you're remaining calm and still consistent. Being able to reiterate the standard, explaining its importance is really, really crucial. So this doesn't mean issuing ultimatums, but being able to reinforce those standards and being able to say, hey, what can we do to enforce this better? What can we do to switch things around and change things in order to make this more achievable? The crucial thing is that you need to build intellectual intimacy. This idea of growing standards within the relationship, you need to build it on top of emotional safety. If you don't have emotional safety, no amount of setting standards and building and growing the relationship is going to help because you don't have the foundation to build on. And if these terms are a little bit foreign to you and you want to deeper dive into this, then join me on my relationship bootcamp where you'll learn the 3 main elements of relationships and how they interact and how to build and grow them. All you have to do is click on the link in the description to join us. There's actually a lot of psychology of attraction that a lot of people mistakenly think is about things like physical appearance or the way that you charm people with your talk. Your standards play a really crucial role in psychology in relationships. They influence how we perceive value and challenge. When you live by high standards, you trigger a response in your partner's brain that's kind of similar to the thrill of a challenge. This activates the reward centers in the brain. It creates anticipation and excitement. It's really crucial to understand what a lot of people do is that they kind of set this standard as an expectation, saying that this is a hard and fast rule. However, setting a standard is simply saying this is what we are looking to attain. By setting a standard for yourself, the way that you live, and living by that, this shows your partner you end up becoming the living embodiment of the standard that you're setting. When you're valuing yourself highly, it shows in your behavior and your expectations, and it signals to potential partners as well as your partner that you are a high value mate, right? And there's a lot of research that backs this up. Setting these standards, being able to enforce them in a healthy way and in a mutually agreed way is really, really, really important. Setting standards doesn't just impact your current relationship. These standards shape your entire romantic future. By consistently looking to raise them and upholding them, you're training your brain to live to a better standard than you were before. And this builds higher quality partnerships between not only yourself and your partner, but friends, family, loved ones around you. High standards boost attraction and create respect, and this fosters a long-term satisfaction. They're the foundation of a thriving relationship. Understanding this is going to give you a really powerful tool to transform your relationship and attract your partner in a way that a lot of people don't talk about. People mistake this idea of boundaries, this idea of setting a standard as a hard and fast rule. And unfortunately, when you try to set these boundaries, you try to set these standards, things can fall apart. right? They can actually destroy relationships because people misunderstand what it is to create a standard within the relationship. So I've actually done a deeper dive on boundaries, which I'll link to on the screen. But ultimately, creating these boundaries, these standards within the relationship, it's not about creating a hard and fast rule. It's about creating a mutually agreed standard that you both agree to on an emotional level. And this will take time and work. So I'm going to leave you with that deeper dive video on setting boundaries, and I will see you over there.